What is up, everyone? It's Ricky572. Return a chance. Today's December 12th, 2023. We're gonna hop on and do a quick market watch. So we had LA regionals happen this past weekend. Me and the team did go. If you guys want to go check out the video, the little vlog we did, and see how we did, you guys could go down to the description. I'll have the link down below so you guys could go check it out. But we also had YCS Bologna happened this weekend. We had Joshua Smith taking that event with runic biseals, and the market was really affected by his build. So first off, we're gonna be talking about the decks that were highly represented at that event. So I have the little picture right here, and I'll have it right here so you guys can see with me. So it looks like the top 64 was Rescue Ace at 22% representation, and we had Tier Elements at 16%. We had Labyrinth at 14%, which is actually more than I expected. We have Unchained at 9%. Centurion at 6%. We had some Fire Kings up there with 6%, then Purely 6%, and then others at 21% representation. That's pretty good because it shows that we have a really diverse format. But yeah, those are the percentages for the highest represented decks of for that event. Top 64. But yeah, Joshua Smith did end up taking that event, and here's the deck list that he played with. Is Runic Biseals, and it actually works pretty well. I know we've seen a couple builds like this in the past before, but they didn't win any big events. They were topping, but didn't take any big events. It looks like we finally have someone who is a respected player in the community, is really good. He tops multiple events, and he took this deck and won with it. So yeah, the market was affected by that build. So first off, we're gonna be taking a look at Bystial Rebellion. So Bystial Rebellion, looks like we have 30 listings for the Secret Rare from Darkwing Blast, and we have 59 listings for the Prismatic Secret Rare from the 25th anniversary tins. These haven't gone up too much. I mean, I think the lowest I seen them at were around like 11ish dollars. I picked them up around like $7 to $8, under $10, but I wouldn't sell at the moment. We have 1265, 1267, 1279, 1299. So heading up to be like a $13 card. This set was widely open, so there's gonna be multiple copies of these still available on the market. So I would hold off on selling because they might, they might repopulate and stuff. I mean, I would hold off on buying because they might repopulate and stuff. Maybe bring the price back down to like the $11 price point. But we'll see what happens. Let me know down below how you guys feel about that printing. 30 listings for the Darkwing Blast version. This one looks like it's at $16.74, $18, $19.75, $20, $20.74, and heading up to $23.94 on the first page. These were sitting around like 14, 15-ish dollars. So it looks like they are starting to go up as well. I would say these have a higher chance of going up quicker than the other ones since this one is an older version. So I think less of these are available on the market than these. But let me know down below how you guys feel about the Bystial Rebellion. Do you guys think this is a card we should be picking up at the moment, selling off, or holding off on? So we have also Duality going up in price. So this is one of those cards I actually invested in when it first released. I think I picked 3 copies up at pre-sale for like 13-ish dollars. I bought some more around like 12-ish dollars, and I got another 2 playsets for like around $8 a piece. But yeah, I really thought this card was gonna be meta relevant one day, and it's finally starting to show that it could actually perform and do some stuff. We saw Joshua Smith in the finals played this and turned their Lubellion into like a Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend, which isn't too impressive, but I mean it's something, right? It shows that this card could have some playability. This card was sitting around like the $9 to $10 price point. And then we have 43 listings on the market now. We have this card heading up to $15.99, $15.99, $16.50, $16.99, $16.76, $17, and $17. Like a $16, $17 card now. But I think it's just high pushing it up at the moment. I'm still not losing hope on this card, and I feel like this card could be meta relevant. And even though it's high pushing it up at the moment, it's gonna come back down to maybe like the $12 price point. But I feel like later on it has potential to go up even higher than that if more decks decide to try to incorporate this in their builds. Let me know down below how you guys feel about duality. Do you think this card was gonna go back down in price, or do you think it has a higher price point it could reach? The unicorn, the fabled unicorn, is another tech we saw in the deck. So this one says, let's see, the effect says, so it's one Fable tuner plus one or more non-tuner monsters, but you could cheat this out with duality. While both players have the same number of cards in their hands, negate the activation of the effects of your opponent's effects, monster spells, and traps, and destroy those cards. Okay, so it's a pretty good floodgate. It does take some setting up to go into it, because you do have to have the same amount of cards as your opponent. So it's gonna take some skill to try to get that going. But it looks like the comments from chapter 1 are still under $1 if you are a budget player and want to try it out. But let's see, this one's a dual terminal from chapter 1. I gotta go look through bulk because looks like they're going low on listings. Only 11 listings on the market for that one. We have these right now at, let's see, that's $2-ish with shipping, 142 with shipping, 150 with shipping. And once these cheaper copies are gone, so we have 259 right here with shipping. We hit 599. That's basically 542 with shipping, 546 for shipping, and then 567. So yeah, go look through bulk. You might be able to make some quick cash if you do find some of these new dual terminal technology chapter 1 common Fable unicorn. We have the hidden arsenal secret rares. These are at 14 listings. It looks like these were sitting around like $1, and right now we have them at, so that's damage, moderately played, damage, heavily played. We have them at $6.95 for the first near mint listings, $6.96, $6.99, $9.77, and $9.87. I know I was playing a Fable deck back then, so I think I have one of these in bulk somewhere, because I used to run Fable. So I'm gonna go look through that. Go look through my bulk and see if I find it. I know I definitely don't have this dual terminal one though. This one's at 9 listings, and it looks like this dual terminal was sitting around like $4 to $5. Right now we have our cheapest dual terminal, the Fable Unicorn, at $20.90, $20.94, $22.90, $29.99, heading up to $40.99. And it looks like we do have sales around the $19 price point. If I were you guys, I would sell these off, because like I said, it is just hype pushing it up at the moment, so people are looking for this cards. So try to cash in on that hype right now. But that's just my opinion. Let me know how you guys feel about that. Tri-Edge Master. So this one is another tech that was used. It lets you draw a card, and it's a kind of like a generic Synchro 6. So it has different effects depending on how you Synchro summon it. So if you use a level 5 and a 1, you can destroy one card on the field. If you use a level 2 and a 4, you draw one card. Level 3 and 3, you treat this card as a tuner. So in that deck, I believe it was used as a 4 and a 2, and then they were able to draw a card. But once you get the combo going, you could turn this into like a Baron or something. But yeah, this card looks like it's starting to bounce up. We have them at like, we had them like at a quarter. I remember buying a bunch of copies of this. I have like a stack of like over 50 of them somewhere in my I guess like, what would you call them? Bulk? No, not bulk. I guess penny stonk tin or something like that. But yeah, these are still looking like they're around like a quarter. It looks like they, see, the graph shows that they did increase to like 50 cents, but we still have listings around like a quarter. No big walls. We have 249 listings, but no big walls. Let's take a look at the second page, see if we could find a wall. It's because, let's see, 3, 2, 6, 8, 2. So no big walls on the second page. Third page, we're gonna try to find a wall to see how long it might take to break the quarter price point, like 30-cent price point. Okay, so we have a wall right here with 28 copies. So I guess that's one. You only need to run one of these, so I'm guessing people aren't going for play sets. So that's the only why I could see the 28 copies one. But yeah, they look like they're still under $1, so it might be a good time to pick these up because they might go up later on in the future. Like I said, it's a generic level 6 and it has different uses. So you could destroy a card, you could draw a card, you could treat it as a tuner. So just keep this card on your radar. We have Koro Dragon, also another tech that was used in the deck. Hold on, let me confirm. I know I screenshotted it. Yeah, it's another tech that was being used in the deck. It looks like I remember these used to be like around like $10 for I guess either copy. Right now you could get legendary hero ultra rares for it looks like these are at we have a copy at $2. Well, actually we have a wall here with $2 copies, so you can still get some cheap copies right here for $2, $2, 224, 240, 240, 284, and 287, 288. It's a pretty good level 6 synchro. It lets you draw a card as well. Once per turn, oh, and it lets you destroy too. Once per turn, you can discard one card, then target one card your opponent controls, destroy it. If this card is synchro summons, if this synchro summon card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you could draw a card. So, yeah, it lets you draw a card as well. There's a play you could do with this instead of going to Tri-Edge Master if you are interrupted, and still going to Baron in the Runic Bisteel strategy. So keep that in mind. We have the Secret Rares at 51 listings. This is the higher rarity. It looks like these are currently at $6.49, $6.93, $8, $6.57, heading up to $8.49. Does it look? Let's see. Let's take a look at the 1 month. It doesn't look like it started increase in price, but I will keep an eye out for this card because it might go up. Like I said, I think I remember seeing these around like $10, $12 a piece back when it was being ran in like, was it Virtual World? I think it was being ran in. No, not Virtual World. I can't remember, but I think it was Virtual World. Let me know down below if you guys remember what deck Koro Dragon was being ran in. Guiding Quem was one of the stars of the Runic Bisteel strategy that lets you get some plays going. So I wanted to take a look at it again. I know last week we took a look at it. It was around like heading up to the $40 price point. But right now it looks like after this weekend's YCS, these started to shoot up even higher. 45 listings on the market, $47, $49.85, $53.50 with shipping, heading up to the $60 price point. So they basically, there was a time a couple months back in October where you could have picked these up for $25 because it wasn't only being used in like the branded strategy. But now that people realize you can mix this in with a couple different decks, now it's like tripled in price. So yeah, if you got your Quems early around the $25 price point, you're winning right now. If you didn't, you're gonna have to pay a high price point for this card. Next up we have Cross Out Designator. So I wanted to focus on this card, specifically the Secret Rare, because it looks like it's above its market price. I recall seeing this around like $10-ish, below $10, but it looks like now it's going low on listings, 27 listings, and we have it shooting up to $14, $14.47, $14.50, $14.95, and $14.99. We have the Ultra Rare. This one's at 79 listing. This is the original printing, so I don't know which one you guys consider the higher rarity. I would say the higher rarity is Prismatic Secret, even though some people say that the higher rarity is the original printing. I just don't understand that sometimes. But 79 listings on the market for this one, but we have it at $10.49, $10.69, $11.94, $11.98, $11.99, and $11.99. So like a $12 card now. I would keep my eye out on Crossout Designator. It looks like it's getting some more popularity in the format with hand traps coming back. Hand traps like Dro, Nibiru, Ash Blossom, everyone's running those at the moment. So Crossout Designator might be a good card to pick up. Next up, we have some of the Tri-Brigade stuff. Actually, we already took a look at this on our past market watch, but I want to take a look at Shirak. Because the Ultra Rare was sitting around $1 or $2, it looks like now it's going low on listings. Last week, I mentioned that Fire Kings were being used with Tri-Brigades, and I'm not really sure how well that deck is going to be represented or how well it's going to do, but it is a strategy that you could use with Fire Kings since they're Beast Warrior, and Wing Beast. Now this Shirag is at 27 listings, and we have it at 390, 395, 396, 398, 345, 496, 497, 499, and 499 on the first page. So basically like a $5 card now. I would keep my eye out on this card because it only has 2 printings available. The higher printing I think is going up as well. Let's see, 35 listings. Looks like this one's at $7, 861, 11 heading up to 11.90 after these like under $10 copies are gone. $11, 12.95, and then 12.99 on the first page. So yeah, they are starting to bounce up as well. Let me know down below how you guys feel about the Tri-Brigade Fire King strategy. Do you think it's something we should take a look at and be concerned about, or you think it's going to be one of those flops that no one will be playing? I know the Fire King, Wanted, the Star, Snake Guard strategy is the most popular one and the better version, but for those who can't afford the Wanted engine and stuff, I feel like this one might be the next best thing. Of course, there's also Dogmatica too, but some people might not want to play the Dogmatic engine, go for this. So we'll see what happens. This card, Amphibious Swarm Ship Amblowell, we took a look at a couple weeks back because it is one of those cards that's going to be played in the Fire King strategy once we get the new support in February from Phantom Nightmare. So it looks like the Ultra Rare is at 34 listings right now. And we have it actually coming down. So it was hitting a high price point of like 10, but it looks like it's coming back down. We have it at 750, 750, 653, 865, 878, 899, and $9 on the first page. But the one that I wanted to take a look at is the rare, because the rares were pennies last time we looked at them. And now we have 53 listings on the market, and they did start to go up as well. Like I said, pennies, quarters, yeah, that's what they were at. Now we have them at 178, 179, 185, 186, 193, 195, 197, and 198. So I feel like this one might go down in price maybe in a month and then go back up once we get closer to the release of the new support coming out in Phantom Nightmare. So I would just keep an eye out for this card in the next month. If it does drop down lower, you guys could pick up your copies. Even though it's kind of affordable still, it's a $2 card. But yeah, just keep your eye on this card. Maybe it might reach $5 the closer we get to the Phantom Nightmare, to the release Phantom Nightmare. This one might go up as well too, so keep your eye out on these. Next up, we have number 38. So I wanted to take a look at the Goat Secret Rare. This one does have 3 printings. It has one from Cybernetic Horizon. It's a super rare, an ultra rare from Ghost from the Past 2, and a Goat Secret Rare from Premium Gold Infinite Gold, which I believe is a higher rarity. 26 listings on the market for this one. And it's one of those cards that the Horus engine can go into because it's a rank 8. And it's a spell negation. So it looks like this card was hitting a low price point of like $5-ish back in October. But right now we have it at $878, $883, and heading up to the $10 price point, $10.95, $11, and $11. So we do have a new, I think it's coming out in Phantom Nightmare, the Horus Field Spell. So I would just keep an eye out for like this rank 8 and another rank 8 monsters before the release of the field spell, because once that field spell comes out, I feel like Horus is going to be splashing into more stuff and might see some more representation. So just keep your eye out for number 38 and some other rank 8 monsters as well. This one kind of surprised me, Ancient Gear Ballista. I'm not sure what deck was running it, but we did have seen it gone up in price before, back when Super Heavy Samurais were taking it. This card was hitting a low price point back in October of like $2-ish, but it looks like right now they did start to go low on listings and up in price. 20 listings on the market, and we have listings at $759, $851, and then that's like $10.30 with shipping. $11.41. Then once those are gone, we hit $14.91 and getting closer to the $15 price point on the first page. If you guys know what deck was running what yeah, what deck was running this past weekend? Let me know down below because I need some info on this card on why it's going up in price. Let's see what we have next. This one, Reaper of the Nightmare. Reaper on the Nightmare. I saw the MCO 40 mention. I thought I mentioned it here too. It's just one of those cards that's being used, I think, in Edison format for an instant fusion target, or is it Edison format? Or is it the other one? It's one of the older formats. So this rare is at 7 listings, and if you guys have these in bulk, I would probably go dig them out and sell them off. We have them at so we have our first lightly played at 1890, so almost a $20 rare card. 1984, so heading up to like the $20 price point. That is crazy for a rare card. I mean, I understand because it's old, but still, it's a rare. Super rares look like they are around the same price. We hit our first lightly played super rare at 1499, 1915, and then 1916. If you really wanted to pick this up, I would consider the super rare the higher rarity, so I would just go after that one instead of paying 20 for the rare. But that's just me. Let me know down below if you guys are picking up Reaper on the Nightmare. And last card on today's market watch can be Ancient Warriors Oath Double Dragon Lords. This is a super rare from Rise of the Duelist, and it never got a reprint. So I could understand why it's going up in price since people are testing out the Tri Brigade strategy with the Fire Kings. They do want to still play this card in the extra deck. And this card is at 7 listings. We had it hitting a low price point of like $2-ish back in October, and it's been going up since. Right now we have only 7 listings on the market, and we have it at $12.99, $12.99, $13.20, heading up to like the $15 price point. So it's getting bought out. But yeah, let me know down below how you guys feel about Ancient Warriors Oath. Down below, or do you guys have some in bulk? If you do have some in bulk, I would probably get rid of it if I were you guys, because this is the highest I've seen this card. I think I sold it. I know I bought copies around like $1 and then sold them off for like $8 back when they got hyped up. But it looks like now this is the new highest price point they're reaching. So I would go dig some out if you guys maybe have some in bulk and try to get that cash. But that's going to be it for today's Market Watch. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, go follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and X at Return of the Chance. So we had planned to go to Las Vegas Regional this upcoming weekend, but plans changed. So now we're just going to do like a little Christmas in-house tournament. So stay tuned for that. We will be doing a vlog on that. So keep your eye out this weekend for that little vlog. But yeah, we'll see you guys next time.